Hi. I see there's one person, two people. Oh, good people. Hi. Hi. Say hi in the chat, please. Say hi. um, wow. Okay. Uh, okay, let me see if there are some other things I can do. Can see the participants. Okay. Can I see the part? Oh yeah, this is what I click. Am I? You guys hearing me? Are you guys able to hear me? Hi everybody. Are you able to hear me? I can talk. Oh yeah, okay. Cool. Cool. Because I can only see the participants and I can only see the chat at one point in my thing here. So I have to keep going back and okay, pop out chat. Okay, I can pop it out. Here we are. Oh good, jolly good. All right. So I haven't done a face I'm sorry, a Google Hangout in a while, so out of practice. But here we are. We're gonna wait for a few minutes and we're gonna wait to see how many people show up. Oh, restore chat. Even if I pop it out, it's the same thing. Ha. I thought if you pop it out, you could see participants in a separate sort of thing and you could see the chat in a separate thing. Hey, hi Gayatri, how are you? Nice to see you here. This is good. This is good. This will be a nice refresher for you. Hmm? Okay. I hope it's not too messy back there. Hi, how are you? So nice to see you here. After so many days. I hope you guys are practicing, but if you aren't practicing your cards, today is a good day. We are going to get into it and we are going to practice, and it'll be a good refresher. Yes, it is good to come back to tarot. The card saved my life, actually. Okay, in more ways than one, especially with this whole COVID thing. I know we've spoken before, and I even made a video about it. That the lockdown, the whole thing, it just got me so depressed. And yes, I have reduced my news watching and all of that. But even with that, right? Even with that, you know what's going on. And I just watched right now before I came onto YouTube. I was watching this very interesting video about how Japan did it. And I was like, my God, if the Japanese people can do it, and you know how less than 1,000 people died in Japan from the COVID pandemic, and they are so crowded, right? Tokyo or all the major urban areas are so super crowded most of the time during regular days, and they still could do it, and we can't do it. Just saying. Okay, but I'm not going to get into that. The cards helped me. Where are my cards? Oh yeah, I have my little cards trolley right here. Hi Shagun, how are you? Nice to see you here. Glad you could make it. So I don't know how many people follow me on social media, but very recently, during this COVID pandemic, I guess another reason I got depressed is because I couldn't buy tarot decks. Not because I couldn't buy them, but because I was like, oh no, it's such a serious time and I shouldn't be frivolously spending, right? But I broke down and I ended up buying this. Oh, it's looking. Are we seeing a mirror image here? Is there a way to change that? I don't know. I really don't understand the settings here. So it is what it is. So I hope. So this is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. Let me see if I can change it. There's settings. Pop out, chat participants, this, that, and the other. Oh, yes, it is a beautiful box. I agree. It's pretty sturdy, right? So it can really double down as a storage box also. Very, very thick and strong. So I like that. And, and it's low scarabeo. So it comes with this little white book. It's not little or white, but, it's really good quality paper and, shiny, soft and whatnot. And it's got all the card meanings also. I mean, not that you need that, but it's there. And it's all in so many languages, which English, Italian, Spanish, French, and Portuguese. So here you have it. So it's a good box. And I like it. It's got the Fool on this side. There's a magician here. There's a high priestess and the moon. It's intriguing, right? Fool and magician and high priestess and moon. So yeah, I like it when the deck comes in a good box. So I like to use. I'm going to use these cards today. Put them here. I have a little drawer type thing in my desk here. Typically, it's for keeping the keyboard, but I'm not keeping my keyboard there. I'm doing my cards there. There you go. And Shagun, I know we spoke earlier on Facebook Messenger. If you don't have Rider-Waite or any version of the Rider-Waite, like the universal weight or even this one, that's fine. That's okay. I do believe you were talking about the Osho Zen deck. And if that's the only deck you have, then we will work with that, even in this one. But if you have any other deck, let me know which deck you're working with. All of you as well, in your chat, before we begin, which decks are you working with today? Which decks have you brought? Just let me know in the chat. Because we are going to be practicing, and that's a big component of today's webinar. Is that, sure, I will teach you and all that, but we are going to do live practice because that's how we learn, right? So let me know in the comments, in the chat box, which decks you're planning to work with. Okay, universal weight. That's great. Shagun, do you have any other deck apart from the apart from the Osho Zen? Okay, so you have the Osho Zen. That's fine. That's fine. We'll work with that. I have. Hang on. My copy of the Osho Zen. I'll bring that out. Yeah. I generally keep the MasterCard separate from. There you go. Because there's a lot of scandal associated with Osho, isn't it? So if I'm doing professional readings with the Oshos, then I usually don't bring that out. Don't want to cause controversy for no reason, right? Because the deck by itself is brilliant. And I have nothing against extra cards. They always add in more value. And Shagun, if you have the... Oh, hi! Hanson's Robert. That's a great... I don't have that deck, but I do believe it follows the Rider-Waite tradition. So bring it on. And for the Osho Zen people, make sure you have your little book as well. This is going to be something I have not planned for, so it's not in the presentation, but we will talk about it. Okay? I have it here in front of me too. Alrighty. So, looks like everybody is here. Should I use Next World Tarot or Dreaming Way Tarot? Ryoga, I would prefer you bring the Dreaming Way Tarot because that is more simpler and in line with the Rider-Waite imagery. I have that one here as well. Ta-da! I have the Next World too. It's in my, but it's a big one, and it's in my shelf there. I didn't bring that. It's not in my regular use trolley thing, but you can use the Dreaming Way for this for this one. I'll talk about the next world, and I'll talk about using other decks as well. So here's my cards. Ta-da! Oh boy, such fun. Yes, I am glad to be back. See, this is the thing. The card saved my life, as I was saying earlier. I was so depressed. I was so sad. Oh yes, that would be lovely. And then I was, shuffling my deck and my cards. I asked my cards, what should I do? How should I handle this? And I ended up pulling the Hermit card. And believe me, sometimes when you have such a deep question and you just pull one card, you don't get the answer all in one go. It takes a moment, and then I was like, okay. And that's how I decided I'm going to make uh, this series of webinars, and I'm just going to, because I'm going to, although we are all being hermiting right now, staying safe and in the lockdown, but I will also hold out my little uh, lamp and we can all learn. Such fun. Yes. Okay. So uh, before I begin, let's see, how do we share the screen? Because that's the whole point, isn't it? Oh, how do I do that? Sorry about this, guys. But even if I don't have the screen, that's fine. I will be able to teach you, I hope. Pop out chat. Yeah, this doesn't make it easy, no? It's supposed to be simple, no? Huh? Share screen. There is nothing here. Okay. So no share screen, I guess. You guys are stuck with my face. Hmm? And I had such a lovely presentation too. I learn more. Let's see what this learn more tells you. Content, personal info, control privacy. Okay, I get that. How do I share screen? Live stream. There is no way. I have to really figure this out. The help thing is not helping. Not helpful at all. Okay, so guess what, guys? Okay, I do have a lovely handout for you guys. So I will send you the download link in this chat, and you can download that handout from Dropbox. Let me give you the link. If you can download it right now, that'll be great, I guess. Copy Dropbox link. And here's the handout for today's session. Okay. All right, so there should be a link in the chat box, and that's the handout for today's session. I had intended, obviously, to give you this handout when we end the session, right? So, okay. I thought we could do screen sharing, yeah? So, how weird is this? Anyhow. Height yaar. Too funny. Okay, you know what? I will get better at this, promise, or I will do Zoom. We'll figure something out. Next time will be better. Because I have got a whole bunch of webinars planned out. So let me know if you guys are interested in something like that, but I will talk about it at the end. So shall we begin today's webinar without the PPTs? All righty. Okay. So, okay, there must be an option in your screen. This is just a chat. You cannot. Oh yeah, though the chat I cannot, but this. Oh, I don't see the option, Chagun. There is no option over here in the screen to do that. or maybe it should I should actually getting, maybe I should go from Google Hangouts page or something. Next time will be better, I promise. All right, so let's begin without any further ado. So today we are going to learn about how to decipher tarot card meanings, and I'm going to give you some very simple tools and techniques that you can use to really understand what the tarot card image is all about, and it will help you decipher the meaning. And by decipher, what I mean is that literally, because we have people with decks that are different from the Rider Waite, right? So we should be able to pick up any deck, right? Technically, most decks follow the Rider Waite system. So if that's why I always insist on Rider Waite. But moving on, point is, in order to learn how to decipher the meanings, we should be able to pick up any deck that has, images on the cards like this, right? You should be able to pick up any deck and just look at the cards and very simply decipher the meaning. That's what I mean by deciphering the meaning. It shouldn't be a complex or complicated process. You should just be able to figure it out. And that is why that helps, because that way you don't have to like mug up all the meanings. You don't have to like learn 50,000 meanings. You don't have to really, get into that. I have to learn, mug up, because no, you can't. Humanly, it's not possible. And that's one of the big reasons why people shy away from learning tarot, is because they're like, 78 cards, how do I learn all this? And each card has so many meanings. Oh my God. And there is no need for that. There is really no need for that, because you don't have to mug it up. The system is so simple that you look at the card and right away you can figure out what it means, right? So that's what I'm going to show you today. All right. So before we begin, many of you who may or may not know me must be wondering who I am, just a little bit about me. Uh, Many of you may have seen my website, taroticallyspeaking.com. Many of you may have come here through my YouTube channel, but the website was there for many years before I started the YouTube channel. I have been a professional tarot card reader and a tarot mentor for a very long time. It's almost 15 years now, because I started in 2006. So do the math. I think it's 14 years and something, right? Some months. So it'll be nearly 15 years. So that's a long time to be reading cards professionally, but I'm doing it. About more than a couple of years ago, I also started reading with the Lenormand cards, which are amazing. Here's one deck. This is the Pixies Astounding Lenormand. And oh yeah, there's also the Dreaming Way Lenormand, which really goes well. The imagery is by Quan China. So same artist. You can pair it up with your Dreaming Way deck. It's so much fun. The point is, oh yeah, so while we're on the topic of Lenormand, I am also planning a Lenormand workshop, because many of my students have been like, teach us. So I'm like, okay, again, in the same webinar format, hopefully in a better, more screen share able way. That will be a paid one, and I will be putting up information about it on my social soon. So please follow me, and if you're interested, join up. I'm going to take a very limited set of students in there, because then I can teach better. But yeah, if you're keen, if you're interested, let me know what your preferred timings are and dates are, days of the week, whether you prefer weekly, 2 days a week. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, email me. Okay, so Lenormand cards, and I also am the author. Do I have a copy? Oh yes, I do. I'm also the author of this book called Tarot Reading Using Storytelling Techniques. As you can see, I have the paperback version in my hand, but there is also a Kindle version that is available on Amazon. So you can totally go buy it if you want. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. And You can find me on various social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, the usual suspects. So you can get in touch with me there. You can email me there. You can reach out through my website. Whatever method works for you, get in touch with me if you have any questions at all related to tarot, and I'll be happy to help. Okay. All right. So enough about me. Let's get into this. And there are some ground rules. Few ground rules. First and foremost, be ready to participate. Okay, because we are all in this together. We are learning together. Get ready to participate. Don't worry, I have planned this in such a way that there will be plenty of time for question answer and practice, because that's the whole point. We have to practice, and there's going to be a session for practice, and we're going to do that. So all your questions, all your queries, all your doubts, and all the practice that we want to do, we're going to do then. That'll be towards when I finish the teaching part of this sort of workshop. Be respectful to others, be helpful, and share your thoughts. And most of all, let's have fun. Because if you're going to be like super serious and get into it, let me wear my serious glasses. And this way you're not going to learn. But you become fun. You try to have fun with what you're doing. The learning becomes so much more easier, right? And you need to be open, right? You need to be open to what comes especially when you're working with something like the tarot. You have to be very childlike. You have to be very playful. You have to let your imagination run wild. And believe me when I say this, imagination run wild, because this I have experienced in my professional readings. Sometimes you see a card and the typical, meaning is this. But when I'm looking at the card, I'm having a crazy moment, right? Like because the card imagery is just turning my imagination all over the place. And I've taken a chance, and I have said what I saw or felt or whatever in the reading, and the client comes back and says, "Oh my God, how did you know that?" Right? So it's kind of become a sort of a personal yardstick for me, that the more outrageous and wild and imaginative the interpretation is, the more accurate it actually turns out to be. So I've started trusting this more and more. And believe me, even 15 years later, 15 years of doing professional readings later, I still get the butterflies in my stomach. I still get the, oh my God, am I doing this right kind of feeling. But that's probably because you're always going to feel that way. And so I have accepted it, right? So don't worry, just be open, be playful, be imaginative, be curious, be open to whatever comes to you. And you have to engage in this process with your heart, mind, body, and soul, right? Because in today's session, we are going to learn how to use your intuition and to truly, and your imagination, to truly get the card meaning, obviously within the context of a question, because most people, we do a reading to answer our questions, and also within the context of a spread position, because that's what we use, right? One card spreads are very rare, but good, but rare. And of course, there's a system, and it's very creative. So that's what we're going to do. Okay with me so far? Just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Am I boring you? Are you guys still awake? Hello? Say something. Say something in the chat, okay? Please. Otherwise, I think you've all gone to sleep. Okay. All right. Hey. All right. So let's learn a few definitions before we understand what's going on, right? Why I'm saying be open, be curious, be all of that. The definition of divination, and I'm looking at my notes, so I'm looking at the PPT actually that I made, so I'm going to read from there. That I don't learn anything. Definition of divination is the attempt to gain insight into a question by the way of an occultic, standardized process or ritual. Okay, so it's an attempt to gain insight into something. That's simpler enough. But what is this? Occult means something that is supernatural, mystical, magical, unknown. Anything that's mysterious is often clubbed as occult. So it's a very mysterious, but it is also very standardized. This process, this ritual of looking into something like that, or gaining insight into something like that, is mysterious, full of mystery. Because people can't often explain how, but there is still a process, there's a standardized ritual. And that is what is divination. You are basically using a very mysterious ritual to get insight into something. And that's what we're going to be doing with the tarot, right? And what is intuition, then, you will ask? So it is the ability to acquire knowledge without recourse to conscious reasoning. See, these are all definitions I've picked up from Wikipedia. So, conscious reasoning means using your mind or intellectual processes or logic. Okay, so without using your logical process of arriving at a conclusion, you are able to just jump to it. I'm not saying jump to a conclusion because that's silly. I'm saying you just know it, and that's intuition. And the tarot cards can be a great jumping point for that intuition, to grow it, to develop it, right? Ideally, the aim is to eventually come to a point where you don't need the cards, you're just intuitive. I said ideally. So intuition is the ability to acquire this kind of knowledge without using any sort of conscious logical process. Okay, the next definition I want you to know is a story. Is an account of incidents or events. Simple, right? This happened and that happened and this happened and that happened. Or like when we are sharing something with our friends and we're telling them, oh, by the way, yesterday when I went out, da 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 da. You're telling a story. That's all. We do that all the time, right? We're always telling stories. So it doesn't have to be, oh, once upon a time, or by the way. No, we are just, whenever, even right now, I'm kind of telling you a story, right? It's an account of incidents or events. So when we're putting it all together, and we are creating what is called a card story. So it's an account of incidents and events that are from within the card's image. You with me so far? So, an account of incidents and events from within the card's image that you are divining intuitively. So, you just know it. And there is a process which is very mysterious that you're going to use to just basically know it. Okay? So, that was the point of all these definitions, is bringing it together. So, what we're going to learn today is the process. And you already have this intuition. We all have it. We all have it. We just don't know how to use it, but the cards will tell you how to use it. The cards will trigger that for you. And you're going to use it. Okay, so get ready. I'm going to pull a card because I don't have my PPT here with me. So I'm just going to randomly pull a card, and we're going to work with that card today. Which card? Here we go. The Ace of Cups. Alrighty, here we go then. All right, so this is the card. I'm going to just show you my step-by-step method with the help of this card. There's nothing to it. Here we go. The first step, and the biggest step, is to see the card image and feel the card image. Okay? And if you really want to get into it, simple way, describe what you see in this image. Pay attention. Yes, Blaze, it is a beautiful, beautiful deck. I love it. I love it first sight. So describe the card's image and watch your body's reactions when you're looking at the image and describing it. Okay. And just simply, in very simple words, oh, this one is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot deck. Where's the box? This one. Oh, Osho Zen. Let me see now. Yes, we are working with the Osho Zen, isn't it? Okay, so cups would be the suit of water. Where are we? Water, water, waters. Here we go. We have this one. I think it's, yeah. Yeah, this is the one in Osho Zen. It's called Going with the Flow, the Ace of Cups. And let me get one from the Dreaming Way Tarot as well, just for fun. Wands, for Cups. Where are you? Ace of Cups. Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. The Ace of Cups in the Dreaming Way is also beautiful. There you go. Ace of Cups from the Dreaming Way Tarot. All right. Let's work with all these. Good fun. So here's what you need to do. Hey, no worries. Here's what we need to do. Look at the card. Describe what you see in that card. Watch for your body's reactions. And when I say watch your body's reactions, what do you mean? What do I mean by that? Like, does this card scare you? Does this make you feel happy? That's just the basic. But then sometimes you'll get more reactions. Like sometimes you'll get that butterflies in your stomach or a knot in your stomach, or your heartbeats might go boom, boom, boom. Just tiny, tiny things. Watch out for that. Be aware of this. That's why I think it is interesting, that it is important that you be in a calm, meditative state to do that, because then it makes you aware of all these things, right? So see my article on my website about opening a tarot card reading. That'll help you. There I talk more about this. But here we go. So when we are looking at this card, just look what's there. Very simple. Don't have to make it any way complicated. Just look at the card. Watch how your body reacts to that card's image and express it. Okay? So I'm going to do this exercise with all these Ace of Cups for you guys, okay? Here's the Ace of Cups, which is the Rider Waite, Universal Waite, and this Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot deck. This hand is just, it just pops up from this cloud-like thing. It's holding a cup, and streams of water are falling out of that cup. Drops of water are falling out of the cup. And it's beautiful because, it's falling into this pool of water with flowers, lotus flowers maybe, but those drops. And then there's this bird with a coin or something, he's dropping that coin in that. So it looks like a fountain to me. Okay, this feels like refreshing, like a fountain, like if you go and stand next to a water fountain, right, which usually you have in these parks or different places. You go to a water fountain and water is flowing, and then you have the droplets come fall on your face, and especially if it's one of those hot, crazy days. Yeah. And it's like you feel so refreshed just being around that water fountain. And that is what this Ace of Cups is making, reminding me of and making me feel, right? Remember we said it, just listen, be creative, let your imagination run wild. So when you look at this Ace of Cups, this one, yeah, exactly, fresh, rejuvenated, abundance of love, right? So that's it. This Ace of Cups makes me feel refreshed. This Ace of Cups makes me feel comforted. Like how you would feel at a water fountain in the middle of a hot summer day. Now let's look at the Osho Zen Ace of Cups, this card, Going with the Flow. In this card, look, it's basically like, it looks like an ocean, or in the middle of the ocean, this guy is just swimming, right? So I'm looking at this image and I'm like, oh, wow. Yes, no resistance at all. Something coming easily in your hand. Yeah, see, already you guys are coming up with interpretations. That's how that card makes you feel, right? Now this Going with the Flow. right? It makes me feel like, oh, I'm in the holiday mood, or I'm in a holiday spot somewhere, and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blue water, and I'm just, swimming, and I'm just enjoying the moment. I am literally going with the flow of life, of the universe, and everything. And this Ace of Cups is making me feel just so content, right? Looking at this card, I'm already in that space of contentment, and I'm like, you know what? Just life is good. Life is good. I'm just going with the flow. Hmm? This is your Ace of Cups, Osho Zen. Now let's look at this one, the Dreaming Way Tarot, Ace of Cups, right? This is a very, very intriguing Ace of Cups. It's got all polka dots. So it's a fun, cute, playful cup, right? And then, you have all this water and the water droplets coming out of it. So this is quirky. This reminds me of one of those very happy, quirky, fun sort of moments where oh wait, I'll address that. I'll address that. Hang on. So right, so right now, when you're looking at the aces and the court cards and everything, don't think about, oh, this is an ace, because I think and I'm going to do a session about court cards, so I think you should attend that. And I'll really I'll talk about it. Court cards are not hard at all. Okay, let's focus. Don't worry, I will help you. So this Ace of Cups from the Dreaming Way Tarot, to me, brings to mind a very fun, quirky moment, right, in life, where there's an Indian festival called Holi, right? Holi, Holi, where we play with colors. We mix colors in the water. It's all nowadays, it's all become organic also, right? So very pretty healthy, which is good. So you mix different colors in water, and then you basically go around splashing that colored water and powder colors on everybody that you know. And it's fun, it has its moments. And looking at this, I feel like, and during that festival, there is a very special marijuana based drink that people drink, and which of course adds more, you know so this cup is actually reminding me of one of those experiences that I had, where we just had a fun time. Looks like a cup of ideas with the hair of water about to fill the frame. Oh, that is nice. That is a very good one. Yes. Ideas coming out, flowing out all over the place. Yes. But yes. Right? So, everybody, again, this is a great example. Ryoga's interpretation of the Ace of Cups versus my expression of the Ace of Cups is different. Does that make his interpretation wrong? Does that make my interpretation wrong? No, both are correct. He's coming and he's seeing that image from his perspective. I'm seeing it from my perspective. Both are right and both are accurate. So again, when you're doing a reading, I know this is a little bit off topic, but when you're doing a reading, the reader's interpretation matters. Okay? Because the cards are talking to the reader, and he's the one sharing or giving the message to the person. My feelings are overflowing looking at this card. Yes, yes, because cups are feelings. So simple, and that's it. Really, that's it. You look at the card's image, and you just feel it with your entire being, and you describe it, and you have basically, like in the examples that I did, I essentially, we all, and you're over here in the chat, we all have arrived at the card's meaning. Ace of Cups, feelings overflowing, ideas overflowing, right? Joy overflowing, comfort overflowing, all you're feeling refreshed, all of this rejuvenated, no resistance, right? These are all the meanings. Is going with the flow, being at peace with the flow of the world, of life itself, right? These are the card's meanings. There you go. You really don't have to. There's no need for pulling hair. You look at the card, describe what's going on with, bring all of your senses into the picture, and you will have the card's meaning there for you. Okay? Now, the trouble arrives when you have to use this process to say, answer a question. That's when you're like, oh my God, now what? Yes, the person in the card is full of emotions. Yes, right? But he's also at peace with those emotions. He's like, okay, you know what? This is fine, right? Okay, so as I was saying, that's where everybody sort of comes to a point. It's like, oh my God, I have to answer a question and I have pulled this card. How do I now answer the question? Again, not hard at all. The question brings context, right? Because when I'm describing this card completely out of context, just when in the first step or whatever the only step that is there, if I'm describing this card, I'm just describing the card and coming up with the meanings. Context brings everything into focus. So let's say you have a question like, oh yeah, I have some example questions here. How can I find a better job? And you pulled the Ace of Cups. Now you're like, oh my God, what do I make of this? Not hard at all. The question has given you context, right? This person is asking for a way to find a better job. And he has been given this card which says, find comfort in your emotions, or go with the flow of what feels right to you. You've got so many different ideas. Just let it flow and let something stick. There you go. Is it hard? Was that hard? No. Essentially, if you really want to get traditional with this or typical with this, if someone says, how can I find a better job? And you end up pulling the Ace of Cups, you say, okay, listen to your heart. Follow your feelings. Follow your bliss. Right? What is it that gives you the most joy? What is it that makes you feel emotionally most comforted? What is it that makes you feel at peace with yourself? It's, from the career perspective, right? Yeah, there you go. It is easy. It's not tough at all, Shagun. Right? What ideas make you feel the most joyful, most happy? What career path makes you feel most just happy, and joyful, emotionally contented? Follow that, right? Yeah. Now let's say there's another question. How will my relationship be like, right? This is another question you get when you read for people. People are like, oh, how's my relationship going to be like? And you end up pulling, again, the same card. So now, again, now the context is relationships. And she wants to have a peek into the future. And she wants to know, okay, how's my relationship going to be like? It's going to be joyful. It's going to be refreshing. It's going to be like, standing by a fountain with the water droplets coming at you, soothing you, comforting you in the middle of a hot summer day. That's how your relationship will be like. It will be the comforting part of your life, right? How will your relationship be like? It will feel like you are in a very happy place, emotionally contented. Everything will feel smooth. Everything is flowing smoothly. You feel like blissed out. Really happy place. How will your relationship be like? It will be fun. It will be happy. There'll be so many joyful moments. There will be spontaneity. This card, especially because of those polka dots, I don't know, it makes me it gives me all the spontaneity vibes. So if you pull out this card and you see that there'll be a lot of spontaneous fun moments. There'll be a lot of interesting moments, and it will be very joyful, very, very creative, very, very fun. That's how this card feels to me. So that's how your relationship will be like. Hmm. Let's say another question. What should I do to. Sorry about this. I have to put this on silent. Go silent. Go. Okay. So, next one. What should I do to feel better? And you again pull this card. Now, see, the first question was about the career, the second one about relationships. Those are very typical questions that you face when you're doing readings for people. But what should I do to feel better? Right? This was the question actually that I asked of my cards when I was going through this Maha depression phase. So let's say I pull this one. To feel better, I should find something that makes me feel emotionally comforted, that makes me, because let's say depression is this big hot summer day. I should find that water fountain that gives me that feeling of refreshment, right? I should find something that makes me feel at peace, and that reconnects me with my joy, right? My true bliss, right? What should I do to feel better? Maybe you can just take this very literally, and you can say, hey, go for a vacation, where you have a nice beach, and you can swim in the sea or ocean. Yeah, it can be very literal. Even this Ace of Cups can say maybe you just need a drink. Okay, it can be literal, right? Again, it depends on how you pick it up, right? So if someone asks when they will have a baby, then what to say for this particular question? Or if you pull out this particular card, Ace of Cups. Okay, so with the when questions, I have a very different approach. I usually try to convert that question, and I ask them to put a time frame to it, and then I pull a yes no card, or I pull just a card. Okay, and then I just say, okay, let's go with the number and say, okay, these are the months. So if and by the way, Ace of Cups is a very typical pregnancy card also. Many a times people say, okay, this one along with other cards can indicate pregnancy. So if this card comes up, and let's say you just go with the when part, people have not given you a time frame, you could say, oh, 1 month, 1 year, right? You could, and it'll be happy, it'll be a very joyful occasion, right? So let's come back. This one, yeah, what should I do to feel better? You should do something playful, quirky, fun, and just do something different from what you have been doing so far, and to feel better. Something that, again, all of this deep down inside, the meaning is kind of on the same. It should emotionally give you that sense of peace. Okay, should emotionally just be that center of joy and bliss and happiness for you. Okay, so again, so you must be wondering, oh, okay, so there's more, you have to go deeper. I'm going to talk about that going deeper part, but yeah, this in a sense is the most simplest way to interpret the card, right? What have you learned so far? Just simply explain what you see in the card's image. You have come at the meanings, and then different questions will give you a different context or an angle or an area to look at, and you interpret it. Oh yeah, reverse card. That's a separate one. Because people have a thing about reverse cards. I have planned, maybe next week we can do the one for reverse cards. Well, if you guys are cool, we can do that. Okay, because I really want to talk about reverse cards. I don't know why people are scared of them, but I will talk about it. Okay, you want a session for reverse cards? Let me know. I will plan it out, and maybe we can do next Thursday. Or if you want sooner, let me know. Just put it in the chat. Okay, I have to make the PPT for it, and I have to find a better way to do the thing. Oh yes, okay, I will do it. All right. So next one, spread positions, right? Oh, Friday. Okay, I will try and see Friday. Maybe next Friday? Hmm? Okay. Spread positions, because now this is practice and we're all practicing and all that is fine. But when in real life you're going to be doing readings, you're going to be using spreads. So we are not just going to pull out one card, although that is a very good, legitimate spread too. But some questions require more cards. So, oh, yes, for reverse card. Okay, cool. So some questions require more cards, obviously. And so we have a layout in which we put down the cards and then we read them. And in that layout, which is also called a spread in the tarot world, each card has a position. So you have typical positions like past, present, future, or how about guidance, or obstacles, or environment, right? You have hopes and fears from your Celtic cross. So there are so many different positions. And just like the questions that we looked at in a little bit earlier, these also bring in context, except the question is now a broader context, and then you have this. Okay, so if we look at the same Ace of Cups, or if you guys are done with the ace, I'll pull another card. How about we pull another card? Okay, let's play. Eight of Wands. You guys. Okay, Eight of Wands it is. And let's see what the Eight of Wands is from the Osho Zen. That would be the Suit of Fire. 6, 7, 8. So this one's called Traveling. How nice. And from the Dreaming Way Tarot, here we go, the Eight of Wands. Nice. So now we have these three cards to look at, the Eight of Wands from all these three decks. I'm just gonna put them here. Okay, so again, like I said, you have spread positions, past, present, future. Past, present, future is fairly straightforward. Yeah. So let's go with that process. Let's see past, present, future. Just let me start simple and then go more detailed. Okay. So Eight of Wands, 8 wands are moving. See, these wands are moving parallelly. Both of these cards. These wands are moving parallelly. And so wands are fire, wands are passion. And so these are 8 different wands. So 8 different things are going smoothly, parallelly. And when it's parallel, that means they are not conflicting with each other. I see the Ace of Cups says you should go on a water ride like an amusement park where the water splashes. Perfect. Absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what you should do. Let your imagination go wild. It's as simple as that. Correct. You're on the right track. Huh? Okay. So coming back to the Eight of Wands. These 8 wands are moving parallelly. They are not, hitting each other. They're not fighting with each other. They're not in conflict with each other. Everything is happening simultaneously, concurrently. So that means everything is going smoothly. And that is the meaning. So multiple things are going smoothly. That is the exact meaning of the Eight of Wands. Okay. Now in the Osho Zen deck, what do you see? This one is called Traveling. And you see the sun blazing. And you see like, oh, there's a mountainous sort of path. If you look closely, there's a path there and there's a traveler going. And again, he's got a long journey ahead of him and he's going his own pace. He's going smoothly. Things are moving smoothly. Essentially, things are moving smoothly even for him. And he's moving along his path. He's traveling on his life's path or his life's journey. That's how I would interpret it. Of course, I'm going to tell you how to use the book also. to add more value to this, but on a very simple level, this is how I would interpret these cards, right? So now, if there was a spread past, present, future, and the, let's see how we interpret the Eight of Wands in each of those positions. So in the past, everything was going smoothly. There you go. In the present, everything is going smoothly. In the future, everything will go smoothly. There you go. Simple. This is very simple. But let's say this comes up as guidance, all right, in your spread position. And let's say it's a career related question, and this card comes up as guidance. So, basic interpretation is everything is going smoothly. Now you have to turn it a little bit and make it a guidance kind of a thing. Don't worry, everything will go smoothly, or everything is set to go smoothly. Allow things to happen smoothly. Get out of your own way, and everything will smoothen out, right? These are the different ways you would guide them. And again, if it's a career question, so this applies to the career related question, whatever your client has asked. If this were a relationship question, then again, same thing. We are talking about passion, we are talking about directing the passion in different ways. So whether it is work or relationships or even spiritually, on a spiritual path, whatever the context is, as a guidance card, the Eight of Wands is saying, don't worry, everything will go fine, or everything is set to go fine if you just get out of the way. So don't create conflict where it's not required. Simple, right? You have to go little, let's say this one, again, let's say this is a very, very positive card, so to speak, but it comes up as hurdles or obstacles. So this card now has to be interpreted in that context. It's a hurdle in your path. Now, these things going smoothly are a hurdle in your path. How would you interpret it? Tell me in the comments. This is going to be fun. How would you interpret this card as hurdles? Come on. Nobody? Seriously? Okay. Oh, say again. Too many things are coming up at once. Okay, sorry. Okay, there you go. Oh, yeah, this is an interpretation. Too many things are coming up at once. Okay. Oh, I said, how would you interpret the Eight of Wands as a hurdle card? So if this card came up in the position of hurdles or obstacles, okay, so then how would you interpret it? So there you go. Too many things coming up at once. That's a good one. Shagun says, you will have many obstacles, but you will reach your destination. Work hard. Yes. Yes. So this can be, okay, obstacles will come up. Yeah, you're dealing with way too much. Correct. So many things are going on, but you will push through, but the obstacles will one by one come parallelly, right? Because everything is happening at the same time. So, everything will come at once at you parallelly. Correct. Or as Gita says, going smoothly through hurdles. Nice. See, different perspectives, and see how this good, so-called good card, when it comes in a bad position, so-called bad position, you're like, oh my god. But see, the core meaning doesn't change. Your angle of interpreting it changes, and you have it. So the context creates more fun when we start interpreting, because getting to the card's meaning is not hard. You just have to look at the card and see what's going on in here and describing it. And when you're doing that, you've already arrived at the card meaning, right? And then when you put it in different contexts, whether questions or spread positions, the fun begins. And I think that's fun, because now you're challenging yourself to think from different angles, and it gets intriguing, right? So, oh yeah, how would you interpret this one as a hurdle, right? you're moving along, and maybe that is the hurdle. You're following your own path, you're making your way through life's ups and downs, and you're not maybe concerned with what's going on with the world. And maybe that's a hurdle that becomes an obstacle for you. Correct? So you have to really, again, so in a spread, of course, the card, you can't look at each card in isolation, but for now, for our example, we can do that. Other cards will obviously add more meaning to this, and you can, get a clearer picture. But yeah, there you go. So these are the different ways that you can really play with the cards, the card meanings. Hey, you're welcome. So these are the different ways you can play with the cards and the card meanings and really have fun. So if you start looking at this as, oh my God, this is really hard, then it's going to be dramatic. But if you say, hey, this is fun, right? I'm going to see each card from these different angles, and this is so much fun. You have to play with this, especially when you're learning, and more especially when you are doing a reading. Of course, you can't be like, oh, I'm so playful when you're doing a really serious reading and the client is sitting in front of you or whatever. But in your head, you can be. You can be. The more playful you are, the more accurate the interpretation is. Take it from me. So if you get all super serious, the cards only, they work when you're serious and all very intellectual about it too. I'm not saying they don't work, but what I'm saying is that they work so much better when you have that attitude of being just open and wild and playful with it. And then they open up to you, they react to you, they respond to you, they're like, yes, let's have fun. And don't have these mental blocks. Oh, this is hard. Oh, that is hard. Like you said earlier about the aces or the court cards, those sort of things are just. I learned about preconceived notions. I know this is again going a little off topic, but I learned about preconceived notions very early in my life. This was the time when I'm going to tell you a story. So listen up. This was the time when I was applying for college, when I cleared 10th grade. And in India, we go to college. You have three basic streams. You have arts, you have commerce, you have science. And so I was applying for commerce college. Very boring it was for me, but never mind. I'll go into that story sometime later. But I was applying for commerce college, and at that point of time, someone who was already pursuing their bachelor's degree in commerce, that person, I was like, okay, so how is it, like, is it difficult, is it easy, is it simple to understand? And that person was like, accounts is very simple, you'll get it just like that. Economics is hard. I was like, really? It's like, yeah. Economics is the hardest subject. Yeah. Accounts, though, you will get just like that. Even in your sleep, you'll be able to do it. I was like, okay, let's see. Guess what? I went and I sat for the accounts lecture. It was the hardest thing ever. And to date, whenever I look at a bunch of numbers, I'm like, right? Accounts was the most hardest subject on the planet for me. And I was like, ugh. You have no idea how I have passed my exams for my accounts papers. Just no idea. It was like, ugh. And then my first economics lecture happened. And guess what? Yes, things will come about quickly, but you will grow as it happens. Are you talking about the Eight of Wands as guidance? Yes, you're right. Right? Okay, so coming back to my story, when the economics class happened, I was sitting there and I was having a ball. And I was enjoying myself, and that was something I could thoroughly understand. I had no issues whatsoever. I wasn't the champ, but I wasn't the champ in economics, but I actually ended up going, when I was doing my masters, I ended up doing a masters in economics. I don't usually tell people that because then they look at me a little strange, like, masters in economics? Really? What is wrong with you? But there's nothing wrong with me. I actually loved it. I loved it too much. I did not find it hard at all. So, long story short, preconceived notions will be the death of you. If you approach something thinking this is going to be hard, then it's going to be hard. But if you're like, okay, let's see, allow the subject to tell you whether you are getting it or not. And so many a times I feel that, yes, as hurdles, I would say it will be many things happening at once, but it will be worth it. Yes, you are right. You are right. Absolutely right. This is the Eight of Wands as hurdles. Exactly. And this is the message of the Eight of Wands for all of us, right? Even as hurdles. Many things will come up, many preconceived notions, many fears, many doubts, many should I, can I, may I, whatever. All your fears will come up. But you know what? You're going to be able to go through them, just breeze through them. Okay. And when you look at the tarot and when you look at these different cards, and if you come at it with preconceived notions, you're going to find everything hard. And which is probably one of the reasons why I have my cards have pushed me to come here and say that, hey, it's not that hard. It's not hard at all. In fact, it's very simple. Just be playful, just be open. Everything will happen beautifully for you. Okay, so this was actually just the very basic and simple approach to looking at the card. Step one, see the card's image, feel it with your entire being, and describe what it is, what's going on. And there you have arrived at the meaning, and that's the only thing you need to do. Okay, but of course, we as students want to know more, we want to get deeper, and this is with the part where I'm going to tell you some really interesting two different tools that will help you go deeper. Okay. The first one is get to know what the symbols in those cards are all about. All right. Okay, so that was the simple part of it, of this learning session. Now we're getting into the, okay, you want to go deeper, let me just tell you how. First and foremost, find out what those card symbols mean. So in our earlier example of the Ace of Cups, then you would really get into, okay, what is this cup all about? What is this inverted M all about? What does this white dove signify? What is this little coin thingy? Why are there only 5 streams of water? Why not 6 or 7? How many water droplets are there? Oh, are these lotus flowers? What is the significance of the lotus flowers in in this picture? So this is where you would really get deeper with all the symbols in the deck. I'm sorry, in the card image, and you would then that would add to your card meaning. Now, in the case of the Eight of Wands, now we would look at, oh, what are wands all about? So what do they really mean? What do wands mean? What does the number 8 mean? Now, in this card, there are not no people, but let's see. I should just leave this quote card here. Oh, I ended up pulling the Four of Swords. Okay, fine, whatever. So there's a person in here, right? So what do these swords over here mean? What does this sword over there mean? What's going on in this little, stained glass panel? Why is this guy lying down like that? This is where you would get into the cards symbols, understand what they mean, what they're all about, and that will add into your meaning. But this, you don't have to rush into this process. This is what I will tell you. Okay, as first and foremost, as tarot students, as tarot readers, you can be where we were earlier, and that is fine. But at some point you will want to learn more, and when you do, this is step number 1 that will really help you go deeper. And step number 2, and oh, sorry, let's go back to step number 1. for this is the Osho Zen Tarot, the book that comes with the deck, right? Because sometimes you have decks that follow the Rider Waite sort of pattern, and so it's very similar. But many times decks will come with books, or you will have this little white book that comes with the deck. Okay, so many times the concept or the theme of that deck will have been explained in this LWB. Okay, so make it a point to read through this, especially because if see now the Dreaming Way Tarot does for the most part follow the Rider Waite pattern. So once you've learned the Rider Waite, you can pick it up and it'll be pretty smooth. But if there are some symbols or some concepts or some basic ideas about this one which is you feel is a little different, then reading through the LWB will help you grasp that field. Now, we're talking about, let's say, this Osho Zen deck, which is, the card images they do follow the Rider Waite mold to some extent. Some cards do, but some cards don't, right? Then what to do? Fortunately for you, the deck comes with this book. So use that book to gain more understanding of the symbol. So let's see, where is this 8? Clouds, this is rainbows. Okay, I'm still looking for this. Water is emotion, so I guess first will be wands of fire. There you go, fire. All right, it's traveling. Now this deck is very, very intriguing. Okay, in the book, you have 2 pages. Here's a section called commentary, and here is the section about the cards sort of meaning. And in both cases, because this is the Osho Zen deck, in both cases you'll have excerpts from Osho's talks or speeches and such. Oh, the commentary, it describes the card. Oh yeah, the tiny figure moving on the path through this beautiful landscape is not concerned about the goal. He or she knows that the journey is the goal. The pilgrimage itself is the sacred place. Each step on the path is important in itself. And when this card appears in a reading, it indicates a time of movement and change. See now, immediately you understand the imagery a little bit better, what the card creator intended with this image, what he or she wanted to convey with that image. So as you start reading this, right? So already if you have done this process, you have a sort of a grasp on the card's vibe, and then you read this and you're like, oh yeah, okay, now that explains it, right? You have that aha moment, and that's what it is. And again, so there's a lot of more of this, and it's from sometimes Osho's talks and such, but it's brilliant and it's worth a read because again the images in this deck are different but similar, and they do mean so much more than just a simple image. So that is understanding the imagery and the symbolism to go deeper with this card. And now, so again, as I will say this again, especially if it's a deck where the imagery is way, sometimes for the most part similar but very different from the Rider Waite, the LWB is your best teacher. Okay, the next tool that I will tell you to go deeper is called What's the Story, right? Because this is where really you're going to use your imagination to go deep. So you're going to look at the card and you're going to just bring a story to mind. If you want, you can use once upon a time and start your story with that starting point. But you have to describe what's going on in the card as if it was a scene from a movie or from a book. So let me do that exercise really briefly with this 4 of Swords. Okay. It was a tough day for me. I came home from work after having a really, really rough day. I felt dead inside, and I just lay down on my bed. All the harsh things that I went through, all the harsh experiences that I went through during that day kept cycling through my head as I lay down. I couldn't find even a single moment's peace. So I decided to fold my hands and pray. And that's when I remembered back when I was young and I had such moments, I could go talk to my mom and tell her what was going on. And she always had a soothing, comforting presence and something nice. And she always would make me like a cup of, you know, hot cocoa or a cold drink or something, and she would give it to me. Okay, so then I decided, okay, fine. Mom's not here. Or maybe I need a nice cool drink to help me feel better. And when I was drinking that, I was thinking of all the happy times that I spent with my mom, you know, talking about things, doing fun things, doing when I was a child, doing all the crazy childlike things. And I felt refreshed. I felt happy. I felt so good. I was like, you know what? Tomorrow is another day. And if I approach it with positivity, I'm sure things will get better and they will get smoother. What do you guys think? You make up a story on the spot. Now, in this case, I used all the 3 cards that were there, but you can literally just, or you can stop the story with him having a hard time at office, coming home and just, just lying on the bed and just trying to pray, right? But I just decided to, give it a positive spin. But yeah, this is how you do it. You just basically see each thing as a scene from a movie or a book or something, and you let your imagination, of course, go wild, and you have created this. Now, you can then take this skill further. You can leverage this ability as you develop it, as you practice it, as you go deeper with it. You can leverage it to connect things and connect your cards in your reading as well. Oh yeah, it is wonderful. It is brilliant, right? So you have to practice. Again, this did not happen in one day. Let me tell you this. This did not happen in one day, but you have to keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. It is fun, it is play, and you have to play. It's giving yourself permission to be playful and joyful and challenge yourself to say, oh, interpret this card differently with, different angles. And it is just that. And the more playful you are, the more wonderful things will get interpreting the cards and deciphering what the cards mean. Okay? So, in summary, the simple technique of learning how to interpret or how to decipher and interpret the card is to first see and feel the card image with your whole entire being, and then look at it from the context of the question and or the context of the spread position. And if you want to go deeper, you look at the symbols inside the card and see what they mean and how they add value to your card's sort of meaning. And you can get creative with once upon a time and just make up a story on the spot and, just go crazy with that. Isn't that interesting? Now, I'm going to do a little bit of self-promotion here. If you want to take this whole technique really further, I will encourage you to pick up my book, Tarot Reading Using Storytelling Techniques, from Amazon, either as paperback or as Kindle, whichever way it works for you. This book, I have really, really gone in depth with this card story technique. What I have given you today is a very simple and very nice, very easy to grasp sort of version and technique, which works, by the way. This also works. So that's great. But if you want to go even deeper with that technique, I have really gone in depth with that technique over here. I have also gone in depth with spreads and how to really connect the dots in the spread. So if you're really keen, yeah, it is easy, Geeta. It is super easy. You can pick up this book, right? And you can go really, really deep with the card story technique and the reading story technique. And another thing is this PDF guide. This is the printed version of that PDF guide, actually, both of these. I have a PDF guide available on my website. It's called the Tarot Keywords Reference Guide. And what it contains basically is all those symbol meanings that I was talking about. So I have dedicated, okay, so this is just, you have one card on each page. You have the different symbols that are there in the card and what those symbols mean. Okay. Then you have upright and reversed meanings for different contexts. So you have general, then you have work and finances, you have relationships, spiritual, and of course, advice and guidance. So all these, you have keywords for upright and reversed, and you have the meanings of the symbols that are there in the card. This is for the Rider-Waite Smith deck, yes. Yes. Oh, you have it. Oh, great. Great. Is it useful? So the point is, have you been able, and the thing is, if it's a PDF that you can download from my site, like instantly, you can, as soon as you buy it, you will have the links on there. You can download it. And it's super for a quick reckoning. There you go. That was my purpose. Thank you. So, and if you can then take that PDF to Staples or whatever and get it printed and coil bound like I did. There you go. This is what I did. You have two versions. You have the portrait view and you have the landscape view, because I figured some people might like to see the cards this way, right? So, and this is the printed one, which I have gone. I took it to Staples and got printed and everything. But you can work with the you can work with the PDF. And because it's a PDF, you can put your notes in there too. And if you get it printed and make a book out of it, and so if you have additional interpretations that you will discover, which I encourage you to discover, you can, of course, you just write it there. Fine, make it your own, right? So this is a good starting point. Then you can make it your own. So little bit of promotion, self-promotion. So if you want to go deeper, these are some tools that are available that I have created for you guys. You can go buy them. And please recommend it. Oh, thank you so much. Please, anybody who wants to know more about these and have like a very handy reference guide, this PDF, I put my heart and soul into it. And I hope that you guys really like it. And Blaze, if you can do me a favor, just if you have a little review that you can email me, I'll just put it on my site. Yes, I will. I plan to write more. I will try to write more. Please email me a review. I will just, I'll put your initials. I won't put your full name. I respect your privacy, but I'll put your review up on my site, right? Anybody over here right now who has purchased that PDF, please email me your review. I would love to put it up on the site. Okay, so now with that being said, I'm opening the floor for question, answers, and practice. And I have a few practice questions and spread positions, which I would have loved to put up on the screen. Yay! So here's how we are going to work, okay? If you have the handout that you have downloaded, the practice questions and spread positions will be there in that PDF as well. Open it up. We can, just for practice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So what we're going to do is you can pick any, here's how this sort of game or practice session is going to work. You are going to mix up your cards, and today we are only doing upright cards. Okay, so you're going to mix up the cards and say pull any random card. You're going to shuffle it, pull a random card out of the list of questions that are there in the handout. Pick any two that you like, and out of these spread positions, pick any two that you like, and tell me your interpretations in the chat. uh, and if you have any questions about the process, if you have any questions at all, please let me know in the chat and we can get this thing going. Or if, let's say, your question is not there or something like that is not there in the practice questions, if you have a different question, I want you to pull a card and I want you to tell me the interpretation. And if I'm here, I will guide you, mentor you if you're going wrong. If you're going wrong, I will tell you, oh, look at this, look at that. That's my job. But if you're in the right direction, I will encourage you. So go right ahead, everybody. Shuffle your card decks. Shuffle it up and pull just one card for now. Okay. I'm just putting the cards back in order. Meanwhile, who wants to go first? Come on, don't be shy. If you're shy, then you'll lose out. Ace of Pentacles. Good. So what question have you picked, Gayatri? Oh, receptivity. Okay. Shagun. Receptivity. What is it in regular tarot thing? Receptivity. Is she the Queen of Cups? Would she kind of connect with the Queen of Cups? Okay. Will I get a job? And you got the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So how would you interpret this? This one is difficult. You guys, you'll have to chat, but not so soon. I need to use up my savings first. Okay. All right. Is that how you see the Ace of Pentacles? Okay. Right. Receptivity. This one. She's the Queen of Cups. So Shagun, which question have you chosen? And how would you interpret the answer? Oh, what is the future of my relationship? Oh, you also got the Ace of Pentacles? And how would you interpret that? Next time I'm thinking of going on Google Meet and maybe recording the whole thing. That way you guys can also speak. It's so much more easier when you guys can speak, right? Just unmute and speak. It makes life so much easier. I'm just experimenting with different things. I guess that's what it is. We have to experiment till we find something that works for us. Okay. Will I become a good tarot reader? That was your question, Shagun. And for that, you get the Queen of Cups. Wow. What is your interpretation? Come on. You received receptivity, which is your Queen of Cups from the Osho Zen deck. Which one? This one. There we go. We got 2 Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I have the cards right here. Come on. Quickly tell me how you interpret this. You guys have received such good cards, by the way. Okay, so while Blaze and Shagun are writing the interpretations, Gayatri, let's talk about why you thought it was not so soon. You need to use up your savings first. Is it because you looked at the Ace of Pentacles and it's like, okay, this is the money I already have, so I need to first use that up and then something will happen? Hmm? Come on, in the chat. Tell me. Because if that's how you saw it, then okay, I get that. I get your interpretation. Yes, holding up on money and it's coming out of a cloud. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I get where you come from. That is an interesting way to see that, okay, this is the money I already have. And once that is over, then I will find a new job. Because that was your question, right? Where was it? Will I get a job? Oh, your question was, will I get a job, not when. Gayatri, you have to really see what is the question was, will I get a job? Not when will I get a job. It was just, will you get a job? And then this card comes up. I would say the answer is yes, you will get a job. Okay. Shagun, I see it as queen. I can be what? But at the same time, it's a water card. I need to control my emotions. I see this as a lady with open arms. I think she can get things. Yes. And your question, Shagun, was, will I become a good tarot reader? Right? And I will say, yeah, you have. See, this card, receptivity, is all about being receptive. And in order to be a tarot card reader, yes, you have to be receptive, you have to be open, you have to be open to learning, open to intuition. So, yes, answer is yes. I would say yes, you have a lot of intuition, a lot of emotional connection. You could even be an empath. So maybe one of the things this card is saying, that you have to find a way to protect yourself while you're doing readings, for, because if you're getting bombarded with emotions, like you said, you need to control your emotions. You need to protect yourself from that, getting bombarded with emotions. Yeah, trust your intuition. Yes. So this is a good card, right? And yes, Gayatri, yes, because you will get money in your hand. Correct. So Shagun, yes, you're seeing what this card is saying, and yes, the question is, will you be a good tarot card reader? And I say yes, you will be a very receptive to intuition, receptive to messages from the universe, kind of empath, kind of a mix of all this. Again, water is creativity too. So yeah, you are very open to learning new things. I think you'll make a very good tarot card reader. Hmm? And yes, you have to find a way. And again, this will open up. See the lotus here? Now I'm going deep. But if you see that lotus there, it's also going to open up a path to spiritual enlightenment for you. So be receptive. Be the Queen of Cups. Okay, Blaze. Your question was, what is the future of my relationship? I'm sorry. Our relationship is opening into a new path of abundance and prosperity. We are focused on supporting each other, and it's a relationship focused on money and creating a new business. Good interpretation. I like it. I like it. Yes, pentacles are about money, right? And this relationship, you can even see it as a gift from the universe, right? It is about supporting each other on the path of abundance and prosperity, right? And yeah, I mean, if you guys focus on maybe getting doing a business together, then yeah, it will really, it can flourish. Stability, absolutely, absolutely. And yes, Shagun, the lotus flower is a very traditional symbol of, see, here it is. It is a symbol of, the Sahasrara, crown chakra, and it is also a symbol of enlightenment, right? So, and see all those waves, lines of all intuitive moments coming and going from there. So, this is me being, interpreting the symbols, but on a very simpler level, yes, trust your intuition. You are going to be a great tarot reader. And Blaze, your interpretation is very spot on. Your relationship is, and I would also add on, because Ace of Pentacles is also practical and real. Pentacles energy, earth energy, is very practical, very real. And yes, many people do see it as very money and business oriented, but it is also very tangibly real. So that is a great feature of your relationship, is that it will be very, very tangible and real. It won't be, like how some people are always all romantic, or always all ideas, or always all feelings, or it won't be, yours will be like really grounded, solid energy. There you go. And by the way, pentacles are also all about sensuality, physical pleasures. They enjoy all the physical pleasures. So eating well, drinking, all the nice things, or enjoying all the fine things, that will also be a focus on some level. Sensuality, right? The things that will, physically experiencing different pleasures, that will also, oh yeah, there you go. See, Ace of Pentacles is brilliant card, right? And Gayatri, for your question, when you said, oh, will I get a job? See, yes, you will get a job, and it will come out of nowhere, right? And it will pay you well, big chunk of money. And yes, Shagun, you will be a good tarot reader, great tarot reader. Hmm? All right. So that was one question. You want to, let's practice more. Come on. How about spread positions? Yes, fingers crossed, Gayatri. Huh? How about spread positions? Let's do that. Let's just pick a card and pick a spread position. See how we interpret it in there. This is great. You guys are really doing good. I'm happy to see that. This means that you guys understood what I was talking about all this time. See, the thing with the tarot is that, sure, you can go to a class and learn, or you can go to a teacher and learn, or you can, pick up a book and learn, or, learn from videos, this, that, and the other. But ultimately, the real learning is what happens after the classroom experience. It's afterwards when you go and start reading for other people. Sometimes I'd always recommend read for strangers, people about whom you know nothing, because that's when really you will allow your intuition to come to work for you. And because, be playful and all, the trust the process, and so your intuition will really come through for you, and then you'll be like, yeah, baby, this works. Because the person sitting in front of you will start nodding like, how did you know? Or he will agree, yeah, this is absolutely correct. And then you'll start trusting yourself much better. Right? Okay, so yes, absolutely. Can you ask the question? Okay, so Gayatri, Knight of Wands. What can I do to find a job that I like? Yes, and for that you pull the Knight of Wands. Look into the future. Oh, sorry. There is the Knight. Here we go. Knight of Wands. Look into the future. Grab your wand. Use your experience. Oh, the lizard's on his coat. Okay. Ignore distractions. Learn new skills. Take a jump. Build your resume. Oh, yes. All the good things. Yes, Gayatri. That is absolutely correct. Jump right into it. What can you pursue your passion, right? See, the Knight of Wands, the Wands is all about passion, right? So yes, you can do all those things. You can use your experience, and you learn new skills and all that while you're waiting to, find a job or be ready to get into the job market. But meanwhile, no matter what you do, no matter what kind of path you follow your passion, because that's what this guy does. He follows his passion, like he just goes for it, right? So don't take practical decisions. Oh, this job is boring, but it will at least pay the bill. So let me do that. And just follow your passion. Okay. Will my partner get a job this month? Answer Nine of Swords for July, which is a no. Yeah. Three of Cups for August. Woohoo celebration time in August as she gets the job. Yes. Yes. You're absolutely right. Correct. Nine of Swords, yes. There's a lot of worry, there's a lot of anxiety. So that would not be a positive energy for getting a job. Again, one thing, yes, with this Nine of Swords, I can't help myself, right? So with this Nine of Swords, see, it's a great thing. If you look at the symbolism here on the bedspread, there's all these. I don't know if I can hold it correctly. Do you see there are the glyphs of the different signs on the blue squares, and then there are red roses. So even in this sort of negative looking card, there is hope that don't worry, with the passage of time you will acquire what you're looking for, right? Because that's the context. Will you find the job? So give it time, don't worry. But this person is going to worry. But if he stops worrying, he will just see that okay, maybe he has time to do other things, right? And then Three of Cups, of course, he'll get the job. He's stressed already. Yeah. Okay. When will my partner's oh when will your partner business will start? You got the master card. Okay. Pull one more card, Shagun. Master means, let's see what the master card means in, or let's see what that card means in this particular deck. Because let's go with this. Completion, master. The master welcomes this app. Okay. So learn from the okay. Here's the thing: learn from the masters, learn from the teachers. Once your awareness becomes a flame, now you can only do an act, and only that which makes you more joyous, fulfills you, gives you contentment. Okay, so maybe with the master card from this Osho Zen deck, uh, Shagun, your partner might need the guidance of a teacher or a master to help him maybe acquire new skills, and then he will be able to get a job, or then his business will start. There you go, Blaze. Blaze, she doesn't have another deck. So Shagun, can I ask you to, another card is laziness. Laziness. Which one? Is it from the rainbow deck? Rainbow suit. Wait. Which one would it be? Miser, outsider, compromise, patience, ordinariness, abundance. No. Which card is this? What is the number? Rider-Waite reference. Stress, traveling, exhaustion, suppression, playfulness. Oh, is it a major arcana card? Which card? Oh yeah, 9 of Cups. Okay, that is the card you pulled. Your question is, when will your partner's business start? And you pulled this one. Isn't this the card? Laziness. This is also the equivalent of 9 of Cups. Ask yourself, is he really focused on starting his business? What is he doing? Yeah, water. I found the deck, Shagun, don't worry. No, if you just go with the general energy of this card, I would say that it's gonna take a while. Right? It's not happening anytime soon. With the energy of laziness, with the energy being so relaxed. Yeah, water card 9. Right? This looks like the energy is very, very relaxed. It's, whenever it will happen, it will happen. Okay, 9 months from now would be a good approach if you're saying that way. Yeah, so it will take a while. It's not going to happen anytime soon. It's going to be, the progress will be very slow. Right? Okay. Man, it's been a while since I played with the Osho Zen deck. This brings memories back. So, anybody has any other cards and questions that they want to pull and interpret? Anybody? Okay, let me do one practice question then. Okay. My question is, okay, I'm asking, overall, how will you guys be benefited from these workshops? Ended up pulling the 8 of Wands. Okay, wait. How will this? We've already interpreted this, so I don't want to double interpret this. That's my problem. Okay. Okay, let me ask this question. How will this workshop benefit all of you? Huh. Guess what I pulled? The 6 of Swords. How will this workshop benefit all of you? I see the swords as knowledge that you guys are going to carry with you and row to the other side. It will take you forward. This is a movement card, right? So you're going to gather up all your knowledge, like all those swords. You're going to take it, put it in your boat with all the other stuff. I know these are family members, but you can say this is all the other stuff that you know. You're going to put all of it in a boat, and yeah, you're going to start a new journey and this movement. So it'll be a little, a little emotional, a little, oh my God, what's going to happen? But, you're going to go forward. Hey, yay. Good. I love this card. Anybody have a different interpretation, or you want to add to this interpretation? I'm going to take a sip of water. Hmm? Or this interpretation is good. Oh, I'm steering your boat. Oh my god. Oh no. You guys are steering your own boats. I'm just probably standing on the shore and saying, go there. Look at that. See that. I'm not in this image though. I'm outside the image. That's how I see it though. But it's a great interpretation, regardless. Yes. Anyone else? An invisible steering guide. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Because see, here's how I understand the whole tarot thing. Like I said, what you learn in the classroom, what you learn from different teachers, all that is great, and that is a great thing, great experience to learn. But then, when you take that learning and you go and you do your own readings for other people, for yourself, you then it's like you take uh like you take like oh yeah, how about that, you take a piece of an uncut diamond with you when you learn from a teacher, and then you take it with you, and as you read for others you will slowly start cutting it, polishing it, and making it your own. So then that becomes your own. So that's how the journey is. So everybody's diamond will now look different. Many years from now you'll all have different uh, sort of diamonds. You'll have taken that knowledge and shaped it and molded it into something that resonates with you, and it'll be brilliant. A diamond is a diamond after all, right? So it will be brilliant. So yes. Wow. Do you guys want to do more practice, or you want to wrap up this session? I know many people might want to go have lunch or whatever, and in some places, if you are, maybe it's close to night or it's too late. Let me know. And another thing, uh, hang on, I'm going to put my email in there in the chat. My email. Here you go. That's my email address. Please let me know. Gayatri's already told me that Friday works for her. But if any other day works for you, I'll try to follow the majority as best as I can. Okay. So sometime next week, Thursday or Friday, we will do a session on reverse cards. Yay! So I will put everything up, all the details. In a day or two, I'll start putting them up on my social media, on my Instagram, on my Facebook group. So if you guys are there, please follow. Make sure you have all the links and everything. And we'll do a session on reverse cards. I'm really looking forward to that, because that is one big thing I want to just blast out of people's fear psyche, that you don't have to be worried about reverse cards. There's nothing to be scared about. Really honest. No point. And maybe I'll do a Google Meet, or maybe I will do a Hangout, and you guys can see how beautiful I look. Whatever, it doesn't matter. My point is, I want to do this about reverse cards as well. So tell me, email me, and let me know what works for you. That's point number one. Point number two is about the Lenormand classes. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if I've put it up on my social media yet, but I'm planning to put up. I'm going to be. I've planned out something like 7 different sessions, and those are going to be very close private sessions. So those videos will not be made. Like, this video will eventually become public on my YouTube channel, but those will remain private. Oh, thank you, Shagun. Yeah, so the Lenormand will be like a closed classroom sort of thing, but via webinar. So those of you who are interested in learning Lenormand with me, please let me know. Please email me. Tell me what works for you. And I will send you I'll put up all the details on my social in a day or two. And email me, let me know, and I will plan something out. And I'm thinking, uh, oh yeah, the new moon is happening on the 20th. I might just start that day. Yeah, boom, that's a Monday. Hmm? And okay, so I was thinking maybe I could do 2 days a week for the Norman sessions. We can do 2 days a week, or if you want to just go continuous 5 days, and then the next two sessions next week, right? So let me know. Email me for that, and let me know what sort of schedule might work for you. If you want to just continue through the whole week, couple of hours every day, and then next week just the two remaining two sessions, because there's total 7 sessions I've planned out, Lenormand. So tell me. Hmm? And yep. Yes, Blaze, I would look forward to having you in my next session, whether tarot or Lenormand. Okay, so just email me, and please email me your review also. It will be my honor to put up your thoughts on my website. Ah, okay. So, if you guys have any more questions, any queries, anything at all, feel free to email me and talk to me. Yes, thank you. And I will come back again with my session for reverse cards. And we're going to blow that fear out of the wind. No more fear of reverse cards. Okay, cool. So let me sign off right now, and I will see you guys again soon. And thank you so much for being such lovely participants. I absolutely had fun. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I absolutely had fun playing with the cards and you guys. Yes, you're very, very welcome. Oh my God. And yeah, either next Thursday or Friday. Okay. Every day. Shagun. Uh, so next Thursday or Friday, we'll again get back together and we will learn simply how to do reverse cards. Hmm? All right. All right. Okay. Let me wrap this up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are great. You guys really cheered me up. And you guys are great. And yes, take care. And as I keep saying, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye, guys.